welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon. We're looking at issue 90 today. Let's see, let's go ahead and take a look at the book here. Let's see, we've got the Shadowcaster. Not really sure what this is from. If it's from, like, oh gosh, I can't even think of the series. Rebels. It's probably from Rebels. I don't know. I haven't seen that one. So, anyway, you can read up on that. We've got the Invitation to Toydaria. Again, not really familiar with that. If it's from Rebels or not, I don't remember that one. Kind of seems like it's from Clone Wars, but I could be wrong there. Let's see, what else do we have? Shipyards, Part 1. Corellia's Orbital Shipyards. I believe that's where the YT-1300s were built. So that'll be kind of cool. Here we have one with kind of a different paint scheme. Not going for that one on my Falcon, but that looks pretty cool. Maybe if I build another one. And then finally, we are on to our parts. Mainly just plant-on parts. We've got the sprue. We've got a couple more, well, 2 hull frame pieces, 2 more interior supports. These actually, I think, screw down into the plastic. Don't think we're installing that for... it might be the next issue. It might be the one after that. And then this just goes through all the plant-on parts. Now, since we've already painted those, unfortunately, I will have to glue on top of the paint. I usually don't like doing that. The reason being, and I hope I've explained this before, but the reason being is when you super glue direct from plastic to plastic, it forms an additional bond where if you paint first, the paint acts as kind of an intermediary layer, and that can actually break loose over time. So just something to be aware of if you're wanting to complete the mandibles ahead of time and then paint them later. Afterwards, of course you can go ahead and do that. So I'm pretty sure that these bits are going to mostly finish off the mandibles. And then I think in the next issue or two, I think possibly the next issue, we'll actually be installing these onto the lower frame of the Falcon. Now, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to keep it permanent, because I kind of want to keep both halves of the shell, the upper and lower, separate until I complete the painting, especially on the lower hull. And I also want to complete the painting on the upper hull. So even though we're going to be installing the framework pieces to the lower hull, I am going to install those. I may hold off installing those to the upper hull for the time being. So I don't know. We're going to kind of see how that pans out. After these episodes this month, we'll just have 2 more months to go. We've got the December December shipment, and then the January shipment, and that should be all 100. Now, there have been some rumors that we're going to go beyond 100. From what I've seen so far, that is not true, but we'll probably find out here in the next few weeks whether or not those will actually be the final issues. So we've got some of the metal parts. As you can see, we've got some parts, 2 of the frame pieces before, so now we've got 4 of those. And here are the 2 internal supports, and I believe both of these screw down into the plastic of the lower hull. So we're going to need to take care when we install those, but again, that's not for another issue or 2. And I think this long piece right here, I think that is the piece that goes into the center. It says number 2, and it's pointing here towards the center. So I think that's the piece that glues in right, or fits in right here, and then we'll actually be gluing the front piece into this frame. So that's what we've got for right now. Not doing anything with that. Now, to the plant-on parts. Since these are going to be going on, I don't want to prime these while they're already on the ship. So I will be priming these and then painting these. So we're going to prime in black, paint in white, and then we'll just do a couple light spray touch-ups of the insignia white once these are installed. So for right now, we're going to take a break really quick. I'm actually going to go probably paint these very soon, and we'll be right back. I'll be right back with you guys where we'll get these installed for this issue. So we'll see you in just a second. Okay, so I've got my sprue painted, primed, ready to go. I'm going to whip out the old issue here, and we're going to kind of check and see which one we've got to work on first. I think it's this. So 2 pins on part number 1. Okay. So yeah, this is part number 1 here. Hopefully I've got all that into the frame of the video. If I cut these well enough, here I got my my fleece on. It's actually starting to get pretty cold outside. I also got one of my drones back from repair yesterday, my Phantom 3 Advanced, and actually DJI just announced the Phantom 4 Pro, and now I'm kind of like, do I want to keep my old drones or do I want to go with the Phantom Pros? Batteries. Well, anyway, looks like this thing is going to go, if you notice there's like these 2 little bobs there on the front, so this should go in like this. It actually stays pretty good like that, but we're gonna have to super glue it, so I guess I'll just fill that up with some glue a la super, which makes no sense whatsoever. And then I'll probably have to come back, stuff something down in here so that we don't get too much paint down in there, and I'm gonna have to kind of touch up the white parts on this as well. The glue in part number 2. Alright, so I guess this is that's part number 1. It makes sense that this is part number 13, I mean, right? Again, we're just sanding off the sprue bits. Okay, where the heck does this thing go? Okay. Looks like it kind of fits onto here like that. Alright. So I will just make sure the pins are glued, and then set those right like that. Good to go. Next page. Actually, this is the only page. Okay, now we got part number 3, which is, okay, part number 3 is over on this side. Oh. Tried to get away from us there. Okay, now where does this thing go? This is like on, okay. There are 13, 2 for the port mandible and 11 for the starboard. Okay, so I guess those are all that's going on there for right now. And then we've got a bunch going on this guy. And it mainly looks like they're going like down through here. Well, down through here. So first, this one goes right like that, I guess. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. Okay. Now glue the 2 pins on number 4. Part number 4 is this one down here. It's like the second one in. Okay. Okay, now this gets glued in somewhere. I think it glued, let's see. It looks like it gets glued in right here. Like that, but let me see. But I had it backwards. So this piece has kind of like one side that has like a little kind of a pipe or something on it with a larger block, and the other side's kind of flat and kind of featureless. So it looks like the flat side goes on, like points inward. I would kind of think that it would point outward like this, but both of the photos show otherwise. So I will glue it as instructed. Jiminy, I think my glue is getting empty. Shoot. Jiminy, okay. Alright, so something like that, I guess. Sorry about that, I had to move my foot. Next up is part number 5. Okay, which is the 4th one in here. This looks like it kind of goes, over here. Can't really see the hole for that. Or the two holes, I guess. So this should fit kind of down in here. Ah. Like, well. Like in those two holes. So basically like that, I guess. Yep. And I think we're almost out of super glue here, so hoping to keep this, let's see, okay, now part number 6, which is probably this next tube. Well, not a tube, but a tubular piece. Yep. So the fifth piece on here, it's kind of a tube with like a valve or something coming off the top of it. Okay, so let's see, next this is going to go like right here basically. So the tube part, or the little valve part, is kind of pointing further forward. I'm just going to put this one on by hand. Just like that. Next we have kind of like this larger piece here with the little notch in it. So again, just kind of laying the flat part of my tweezers against the side there so I can cut it. Now this piece is going to go on, it's going to go into these two big holes here, and it's going to go right like that. So what I'm going to do here is just what I'm doing here. Alright, so I'm going to set that on, push that down. Good. Let's see, step 8, step 9 is kind of like this little, the third piece. I can tell exactly which one this one is by the picture. Cut that side off flat. Okay, this piece goes, oh, this goes into this little notch right here. But it kind of sticks out this way so that it's kind of hanging out over that. Okay, well, all I can do then is glue that bit right there and just kind of hold that for a moment and hope that it doesn't glue itself to my thumb, which it did, and the rest of my hand. Okay, well that didn't not work out as planned at all. So as I kind of hold that there for it to cure and hope that it doesn't you can really see what the glue does to the paint. It just kind of melts it. So alright, so that should be okay. Next, let's see, what do we got next? Part number 11, no. Part number 10, glue the 2 pins on part number 9. Part number 9 is obviously this big cylinder piece here. Cut that out. So where does this go now? Goes like this, essentially? Something? Yeah. So that goes there. Okay. I think we're out. I think this tube of super glue has seen better days. Thankfully, I have a brand new one. I bought several months ago just for this occasion. I kind of thought we'd be able to make it through the whole build with it, but I guess not. Alright, so... Ooh. We can also just kind of put a very small bit along the sides. And I love this tip because it's about as precision as you can get for super glue. They have like really small, tiny little capillary tubes, but the bottles are really small. So I don't really like to use those very much. Okay, 2 pins on part number 10. Okay. Part number 10 is this one here. It's kind of like a boxy looking piece. Maybe it's like maybe it's the black box or like another type of, who knows. We can always speculate on what all this stuff does. Okay. So this will face towards the rear. There. Okay. So difficult. Okay. Next, it looks. We just have 3 more parts to install. So one piece is this one. This is going to go up against the last part. Okay. And there's kind of like a little box on one side. That's actually going to fit towards the front. So it's going to fit right in there like that. Okay. Let's see here. Next up is kind of this frame. Now we saw something similar to this on the back of the Millennium Falcon. Originally, I think a few episodes ago, when I was originally pulling this out of the box, might have been the last episode. I thought that this was maybe would go on the upper hull or something, but nope, it actually goes right here. Okay. And this should actually fit right there like that. So let's see. There's only let's see. There's this. Oh, there's these little. Yikes! These little pins down here. Okay. It's going to fit right like that. No problem. And then lastly is just this big piece and we're done. And then the next episode, or the next issue, I believe we're attaching these permanently to the underside. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. Depends on how much painting I can get finished. And this piece kind of has like this little piece on the front here, and that will go like that. So just gonna run this around. Like that. And there we go. All right. So put the super glue away, and that's it. So the next episode, or the next issue, we get the grill. I think that's all we do is install this grill and then prepare to install these. So we'll kind of see how things go. And we'll see you back for more Star Wars Build a Millennium Falcon with issue 91. So guys, as always, do not forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe for this, and well, not so many more episodes anymore in this series, but I'm sure I'll make the most of it. But I am Brandon73. We'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.